Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving deep into how Anthropic literally just flipped the AI industry on its head. I mean, things in this space move incredibly fast, right? But what we're looking at today isn't just some tiny incremental step. We are talking about a massive, game-changing leap forward. Just consider this incredibly bold statement that's been floating around. For 2 years, getting AI to do your work meant writing the perfect prompt. This week, Anthropic made that skill pointless. I know, it sounds crazy, but stick with me, because by the end of this explainer, you'll see exactly why prompt engineering, at least the way we've all been doing it, is officially becoming a thing of the past. Okay, so let's break down this massive shift. We're basically kissing the old era goodbye. You know, that era where we'd spend hours writing, tweaking, and just agonizing over complex text prompts to get something usable. Yeah, that's out. Instead, we are stepping into this entirely new era where the AI simply observes and replicates your workflow directly. It literally just learns by watching you complete a task once. It is a total game changer. All right, Section 1, the Opus 5 Performance Leap. Let's get right into it. To really grasp how we got to this new era, we have to look under the hood at the engine driving it. And what's truly staggering about Anthropic's new Opus 5 model is this. On coding benchmarks, it comes within half a single percentage point of their highly expensive flagship model, Fable 5. But look at that price. It costs nearly half as much. It is literally giving us flagship-level intelligence for an absolute fraction of the cost. And guess how much extra you're paying for this massive upgrade compared to the older Opus 4.8 model? Absolutely zero. Nothing. You get this industry-shaking upgrade in power and coding capability for the exact same price. It's an incredibly aggressive response to the market, and obviously a massive win for all of us. Moving right along to Section 2, building tools from scratch. Now, raw numbers on a benchmark sheet are cool, but they really don't tell the whole story, do they? Let's look at what Opus 5 can actually build out in the real world. From just one single text prompt, Opus 5 generated a fully interactive 3D wind tunnel running entirely inside a browser tab. And we aren't talking about a static image. You can rotate a car 360 degrees, mess with the wind speeds, and watch the real-time airstreams react. There's even this control panel where you can drop a 3D Claude character right into the tunnel, and the airflow dynamically reacts to both the car and the character. All from one prompt. It's wild. But here is where my mind was truly blown. When Opus 5 gets stuck, it doesn't just quit. It was given a 2D drawing of a machine with a really simple instruction: rebuild this in 3D. But it realized it didn't actually have the vision capability to open the image file. So what did it do? Did it throw an error, ask for help? No. It literally built its own custom vision tool from scratch, used that brand new tool to analyze the drawing, and then successfully completed the 3D rebuild. It built the exact tool it needed to finish the job. Just amazing. Okay, which brings us to Section 3, the ultimate game test. To prove this performance jump isn't just some carefully curated demo, we needed a head-to-head matchup. The test? Code a 3D Rocket League-style browser game from scratch using the exact same prompt against the industry heavyweights, Fable 5 and GPT 5.6 Sol. The differences were absolutely night and day. GPT 5.6 Sol spat out a basic, plain grid floor with glowing shapes, kind of felt like a super rough prototype. Fable 5 gave us a playable game, but the car felt really floaty. But Opus 5, it delivered realistic physics, actual ball weight, a starry skybox, drivable curved walls, and sharp floor reflections. It felt like a real polished game. And you don't even have to take my word for it. In this hilarious twist, they actually asked GPT 5.6 Sol to act as a blind judge and score all 3 games out of 100. It ended up ranking its own grid layout game dead last with an 82, gave Fable 5 an 86, and awarded Opus 5 the clear victory with a 91. It specifically praised Opus 5's realistic physics and lighting. Just to make absolutely sure it wasn't a fluke, they ran a second round. This time, they asked for a Fall Guys-style obstacle course called Tumble Rush. And once again, Opus 5 completely dominated. It built this bright, colorful course with spinning hazards, music, and AI opponents racing beside you. Meanwhile, the GPT 5.6 Sol version was this incredibly laggy, shaky mess where the game kept resetting and characters just kept sliding right off the platform. Finally, we've arrived at Section 4, the end of prompting. So as models like Opus 5 get this insanely smart, the way we interact with them fundamentally changes. we are hitting a major paradigm shift, which brings us to this brand new concept Anthropic is pushing called context engineering. For so long, the standard practice was to stuff these massive lists of hard-coded rules into a system prompt just to keep the AI on track. But Anthropic is proving that doing this actually holds smarter models back. They perform so much better with less explicit instruction.
To prove this works, they actually went in and stripped out a whopping 80% of Claude Code's original system prompt. 80%. They proved that as these models hit Opus 5 levels of intelligence, they need far less handholding. You simply don't need to over-explain every little detail anymore. The AI just naturally gets the context of what you're trying to do.
And all of this evolution leads perfectly into Anthropic's completely brilliant Record a Skill feature. Instead of typing out complex multi-paragraph instructions, you just do the task. You open the Claude desktop app, click Record a Skill, and simply record your screen while explaining a workflow out loud as you normally do it. Then Claude handles the rest, turning that observed process into a reusable, automated skill that it can run flawlessly on command later. Which leaves us with one final, absolutely vital question to ponder as we wrap up this explainer. The era of tedious, complex prompt engineering is fading super fast, replaced by an AI that learns just by watching and doing. So, are you still writing prompts, or are you ready to actually teach your AI? Thanks so much for joining me today to break down Opus 5's massive leap forward. Keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next explainer.